The engineering and science complex is a Kenya sharing 4.5 billion or 35 million euros flagship project of the University of Nairobi. It is funded by the French Development Agency AFD and supported by the governments of Kenya and France. The concept was initiated in the year 2015 when AFD invited higher education institutions to submit proposals for infrastructure development in science, technology, and innovation. The project gained significant momentum in March 2019 with the signing of a letter of intent during the first state visit of President Emmanuel Macron. Further progress was achieved in October 2021 through the signing of credit and grant agreements. In the year 2022, subsidiary agreements between the University of Nairobi, the Ministry of Education, and the National Treasury established the financial and legal framework for implementation. After 3 years of development and technical studies, including academic cooperation with partnering French higher education institutions, the architectural design has been awarded to Scope Design Systems through an international competition, which happened in December 2025. A legally binding contract is now ready and announces the Africa Forward Summit for the second state visit of President Emmanuel Macron to be opened on 11th of May 2026. On the 11th of May 2026, the University of Nairobi hosted Africa Forward Summit as leaders back youth, AI, and innovation drive. A clear message cut through the high-level diplomacy and ceremony at the University of Nairobi. Africa's economic future will depend on how quickly it turns its youthful population into skilled innovators, entrepreneurs, and job creators. That message framed a packed program of engagements at the inaugural Africa Forward Summit, where heads of state, global partners, innovators, and students gathered across the university for discussions on artificial intelligence, education reform, sports development, and industrial innovation. The summit, co-hosted by Their Excellencies President William Ruto and French President Emmanuel Macron, marked Macron's second engagement with the university since 2019, a return that renewed focus on the Engineering and Science Complex, ESC. This is a flagship infrastructure and innovation project backed by the government of France through AFD. At the university foyer, President Ruto and President Macron were presented with the architectural model of the Engineering and Science Complex, a development positioned as a long-term response to Africa's skills, research, and industrial gaps. Vice Chancellor Professor Margaret Hutchinson describes the project as a structural shift in how universities connect knowledge to economic outcomes. Professor Hutchinson said that the Engineering and Science Complex is designed to integrate education, research, and industry into one ecosystem capable of generating employment and innovation at scale. The Engineering and Science Complex is a transformative step towards bridging education, research, industry, and innovation to create jobs, and jobs, she said. Professor Hutchinson said that the 30,000 square meter facility at Chiromo campus will host 8 interconnected centers of excellence anchored on artificial intelligence, energy, agriculture, health technologies, and advanced manufacturing. She added that the project is not just limited to Kenyan visions. This is not just for Nairobi or Kenya. It is a prototype for Africa, she said. Thank you for listening, and let us have a walk through once again through the engineering and science complex at the University of Nairobi.
Maybe you start coming after you. You see, these are very complicated shapes.
Yeah, that's why. So this is what we want in the Center for Excellence for advanced manufacturing.
It's making this thing.
For advanced manufacturing.
This.
I don't know how I can catch the